What a great game for the fans. I mean, it was a terrific game. And, you know, that's the kind of games you get with UNLV and us right now. They've got young kids. We've got young kids. You know, some of our older kids, you know, played okay. They, you know, I thought shot selection with some of them were a little bit difficult, especially at the end when we had some open shots. But, you know, that was a good game. And you look at the stats. I mean, we had 11 turnovers. They had 10. You know, the rebounding, we out-rebounded them, not by much. It was 10-10 on the O boards. It was a pretty even game. He had 38 points in the paint, and that's what we wanted to do, establish that inside. You know, we had 15 second chance points, but the problem is, and this has been our Achilles heel all year long, we're not getting to the free throw line. You know, we don't have kids right now who can create and get there. And our posts are doing a nice job, but they're young too in some respect, and they're just not drawing those fouls. So you have 13 for 16 from the line, and, you know, Kelli Thompson was the majority of those, but we're 4 for 6. And that's the game right there.
To only have lost by 1 point, what kind of statement do you think that makes about your team in the Mountain West Conference in general?
Well, you know, I mean, we're still at the stage where we're trying to get better, and we're still at the stage where, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people want to compare to last year, but I don't want to compare those teams. I mean, it was just they're different teams. We expect more out of this team. That being said, there's going to be some times where our youth kind of is still growing up a little bit. But I tell you what, I thought Bryce had one of her best games of the year. That kid really controlled our tempo. You know, I know she didn't shoot real well, but 6 assists, 1 turnover, and she had 6 rebounds. And I thought that was probably Bryce did a great job, and that's what I expect out of that point guard spot. And she was really, really good. You know, there was some good play. You know, it just obviously it hurts, you know, to lose by 1 point. We hit a great fan base. It was terrific, but you know, Kelli Thompson, that last play, she drives. We play good defense. We don't box her out, and then good players take advantage of that.
What kind of a learning experience is it, especially for that last 11 to 15 seconds of the game?
Well, and you know, we ran our last play, and we run it. You know, they knew what they were doing. They ran it in practice. I think Bryce was a little bit surprised she was so wide open. People should have been trailing her, and they didn't. In some respect, you know, she put up a shot, and the kid tried to make a play, and I'm never going to fault anybody for that. I've told the team 1 shot does not lose a basketball game. 1 shot can win it, but 1 shot cannot lose a basketball game. And it's the same that holds true. There was plenty of opportunities that we had during the course of the game that we just didn't follow through on.
So we just looking for her to create?
Well, it's her create. You have Caroline cut into the corner, and then after Diva set the screen, actually there was nobody there, she rolls down to the other side. So we just didn't get the other part of it. You know, it was one of those things. We had what we wanted to run. It just, we kind of hurried it a little bit. And I think Bryce didn't know how much time was left on the clock. But again, that being said, I mean, she played well. She played well, and that was a good game by Bryce.
What do you think of your defense on Thompson? She scores 29 points, but only 7-24 from the field.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's going to get, we put her to the line too much. I mean, 10 for 11, she's not going to miss, and I knew she wasn't going to miss the last 2, so we had to have a play drawn up. You know what? They had 35 points at halftime, and this could have been in the 70s. You know, they shot 40% in the first half. They shot 20% in the second half. So we got in a stance and guarded them. You know, 30 for the game. Held them to 58 points. Our synergy was 55, so we were 3 off of that. But, you know, Thompson's a good player. And if you let her take advantage of your missed opportunities and your defensive assignments, she's going to.
Well, you know, we get 2 points in, I guess, the last 5-17. Is that the part of the shot selection thing?
It was. I mean, I thought we had open shots, and then, you know, people wanted to create something different. I mean, I thought we had looks, and for whatever reason, they dismissed those looks and then drove in the heart of a defense. So, you know, I've always told them I'd rather take a wide-open 10-foot shot, 15-foot elbow shot than take a contested 4 or 5-foot shot, you know, in the heart of defenses. You know, that was, I mean, that was it there. That was it there. And some of the people that had opportunities to take shots, they just, you know, we weren't real smart with it.
How did you prepare for this game?
Like we always do, same thing. I mean, you get scouting reports. You watch what they did to you beforehand. We made some adjustments, to what we wanted to do with them the second time around, and then what they've been doing in terms of just the second part of it. They've made some new adjustments as well. But, I mean, it's the same thing. You watch film, you get scouting reports, you know what they're going to run, they know what we're going to run. It's just a matter of execution.
I know the result isn't what you wanted, Coach, but, the results for the Play for K and
Yeah.
700 people here, what do you think of that?
I mean, again, this game was, it's bigger than a basketball game. People fight all kinds of cancers. I mean, they fight it every single day. Young people, old people, it doesn't matter. And this is so much more than just us losing a basketball game. People are losing the battle, and people are losing their life. I know as a team we'll get better, and we'll have time to see another game. Some people don't have that time. And we're honored to have an event like this. We're honored to welcome UNM Hospital and the cancer survivors and what they've been through.
Anything else for Coach?
I mean, it comes down to, they didn't shoot it
No.
really well, and you guys didn't shoot terrific.
Yeah.
But it seemed like really it was just one player that shot it well.
Yeah. I mean, Thompson did what she did, and we couldn't stop her. We put 2 or 3 people on her, and, we just weren't real smart with some of the things that we did with her. And again, we had her dead in the water, and she threw up a shot and got her own rebound. We didn't box her out. And, if you let a kid like that beat you, she's going to beat you, and that's what she did.
I know, and Tisha got in foul trouble early, but are you still a little hesitant as far as her minutes are concerned?
Well, with Antisha, you have to see what's coming, and you can kind of tell right away. So she had 26 points against Air Force, and then she forces 2 really poor shots in the beginning, and then she gets 2 quick fouls. And so, you kind of know where she's at. She has to sit the whole first half. I thought the second half she did pretty well. She was on Thompson a couple of those times that she went off, but, for the most part, I thought she did pretty well. And, again, you can look at a lot of different plays, but, we had our opportunities. There's no question about that. And we just, we made more shots than they did, but they were 9 for 21 from the 3, and we're 3 for 18. And they're 13 for 16 from the free throw line, and we're 4 for 6. So, they get 10 more points at the free throw line. And, it's just, that's the game right there. That really is. And, you look down the road, we outscored them on the bench. We outscored them in fast break points, second chance points, off turnovers. In the paint, we crushed them. But we just, again, the last 5 minutes, we had 2 points. And, as a team, that's our execution. But we'll get better.